Alright, so a few weeks ago I did a Boots shop with me in London video where I went a little bit wild in the London drugstore, but I took you guys along. I picked up a ton of stuff, so this video I wanted to actually test out some of those products and do like a first impression / haul. I will just say there were some fails in today's video. If you're not familiar with Boots, they're all over the world. They have them in Europe, but also I'm pretty sure they're in like Japan and Korea and stuff too. So this one was giant. It was in the Westfield in West London. I'll have the exact one down below because some of you guys were asking about that. So if you're excited for this video and you enjoy while you're watching, you can give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. You can subscribe down below. Alright, so I got a lot of makeup. I didn't get every single like step to do a full face, so I'm going to do a full face with you guys, just some of the products aren't going to be from that Boots trip. They're just going to be things I want to use. To start out with face primer, I'm going to use this Ole Henriksen Banana Bright face primer. Whoa, we're matching. Because I've been trying this for a few weeks now, so I just kind of wanted to give you guys my thoughts on it. I think it's fine. Like, I don't think it's worth the money. I don't really notice a huge difference. It kind of just feels like a really lightweight moisturizer. If you already use a vitamin C serum, which I usually do, I usually use the CEO by Sunday Riley, then it's kind of like not super necessary, but it does give you a nice glow. But I don't know, I just kind of feel like I'd rather just go in with my vitamin C serum and use an SPF. I kind of was testing this and then totally forgot about it, but this is the NYX Hydro Grip Primer. I'm going to add a tiny bit of this to, I think, just like my pore area. I just want to keep trying this out because I don't know what I think of this yet. Wow, it smells so gross. I forgot about that. Oh, it smells like bleach. Okay, so I picked up two foundations from Boots, the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover and the Bourjois Healthy Mix. So this one is actually very exciting because this recently came out in the US. So I'm going to be doing a whole other Foundation Friday on the Maybelline Urban Dream Cover. But this one you can now find on Ulta. This is one of those foundations that I've just never tried. I've tried the other Bourjois Healthy Mix. I did a whole other review on it and I wasn't a fan. Whatever it is, I think this is the one that more people like. I think I got the wrong one last time. Why can't I see a shade on here? Rose Ivory. I also picked up this foundation mixer. This is by Obsession Makeup London Whitening Mixer. They had tons of different shades of these. I think they had like 5 or 6 with different undertones and a darkening one, a lightening one. So that's cool. There's not a whole lot of drugstore mixers in the US. Right after I posted the shop with me video, I saw a thing on Trendmood that said that this is now going to be carried in Target. So I think this one is going to be a little bit too dark, so I get to test out the mixer. If I was doing like a full review on this foundation, I wouldn't mix anything in with it, but this is just a first impression. We're not doing like a full day wear test or anything. I don't know, that shade might actually work. Maybe I'll try that shade on its own first, just to see if I need to mix anything in. Okay, I actually think that shade looks pretty good. It might be a little bit dark, but I feel like if I mix in a mixer, it might look a little bit too light. This is weird. This is one of those foundations when I first started blending it out, I thought it was going to be super sheer. And then as I'm like working it into my skin, I'm kind of like getting more coverage. Looks really natural on the skin so far. Okay, I want to use this mixer. I decided, so I'm just going to try it. It is a little bit dark, so I think I can mix in a tiny bit of this. And I'm just curious. If it's too light, then we'll deal with it. It's very liquidy, so I'm just going to drop a couple drops in, see how far it goes. Okay, so a few drops definitely lightened it. Oh, this side of my face is burning a little bit. I'm going to build up this side, and also so it's the same shade. I want to see how much you can build up the Boots. Yeah, that mixer definitely is burning a little bit. This side of my face was fine, and now I can feel it on my face. I don't know if there's like alcohol or something in here. Something's burning. It's sitting really nicely on the skin. I'm just getting low medium coverage, maybe light coverage. Definitely have to like thoroughly blend, and it is really actually clinging. I didn't even see I had all this dryness right here. It looks pretty nice though. I'm not like immediately in love or anything, but doesn't look bad. For concealer, I picked up the Bourjois Healthy Mix concealer here. 51 Light, this was the lightest shade. I also got the Makeup Obsession White Concealer. And this is a massive bottle for concealer. I mean, whoa, it's like the size of my face. So this one does look too dark, so that's exciting because we can use the mixer. Oh yeah, what the heck? This is the lightest shade. This is straight up yellow. Interesting. I can't say I've ever used this yellow of a concealer. What the heck? Was not expecting that. Okay. Wow, I feel like you can't even tell on camera, but this is massive. It's like a giant round paddle thing. So I'm just gonna, I guess, add some on top without getting this covered in this concealer. Okay, so the white is definitely lightening it. It still definitely looks a little bit too yellow. I feel like I need to use a sponge to blend this out because I got a lot of product. I'm gonna add a bit more white on both sides. This paddle is really quite odd. I don't know why they made it this large. Oh, that is looking interesting. Those don't look too great. It could just be them mixed together. Wow, I have a lot of dryness on my face right now. I didn't use a retinol last night, but I'm like peeling from something. This one I just would never be able to use because the shade is so entirely off. Unless there's a lighter shade and I just picked up the wrong one or something, but this is like crazy for being the lightest shade. I'm gonna have to try this white one again. First impressions, I don't love the consistency of it. I feel like it kind of takes away some of the coverage. So I didn't get any face powders there, so I'm just gonna go in with my usual under eye powders to set my eyes. And then I'm definitely gonna put some kind of powder all over my face today because we need some help, okay? Okay, so I'm just using my Makeup Forever powder here, the powder foundation. This just blurs the skin so nicely. Okay, so that powder is actually sitting really nicely on top of that foundation, probably because the foundation's more like light and lightweight. So I just popped on some brows. I used the Cargo Swimmables brow pencil. Now we are going to test out this guy that I picked up, the Max Factor bronzer. They had 2 shades of this. This is in the shade 10 Bronze. This I'm excited for because I really like the Max Factor blushes. Apparently, Max Factor is owned by CoverGirl, so some of you guys in that video were saying that a lot of their products are super similar. This looks like it's going to be really glowy. This almost looks like it could be like a highlight for a deeper skin tone. I'm gonna almost apply this as like a blush first in case it is too shimmery. Definitely has some gold, like straight up shimmer in it. So I probably wouldn't use this as a bronzer, but if you're someone who likes more like goldy tone blushes and you like super shimmery, you might like this. I'm going to use the Plaudio Contour and Highlight Palette. I just found this in my last first impressions video. I'm going to use a tiny bit of this shade. Kind of want to test out this Eco Tools brush too. But I just want to add a little bit of definition there and have something like a little bit more matte. This brush is super soft. Okay, so that doesn't look bad. I just probably wouldn't use that again just for what I like. It's a little bit too golden shimmery, but if you have a deeper skin tone, this would probably look really pretty either as a highlight or as just like a glowy kind of blush topper. Oh shit. Just realized I also got this that I really wanted to try. Actually, I'm going to try this on my temples. This is the Bourjois chocolate bronzer. I don't know. I've been wanting to try this thing for literally years. It smells amazing. It actually doesn't smell like chocolate. It smells more like sunscreen, but it smells really good. It's definitely a little bit on the warmer side. Okay, so now I'm definitely looking tan. I'm just going to use my powder brush to tone everything down. For highlight, I'm going to take one of my favorites, the Flower Beauty palette. Since we're doing like a really bronzy, goldy kind of look today, I'm going to do kind of a mix of these two. Oh my god, this palette every time. It's so freaking pretty. I use this palette like 5 times a week, but every time I'm still shocked how good it is. Also discovered this in the first impressions video, but this is the CoverGirl 900. Use it as a base for eyeshadow. Super quick and easy because you just pencil it on and you actually don't even really need to like blend it out. Super excited to try this eyeshadow palette. This is by Obsession. It's their Love Every Shade. I think they had 2 different versions of this palette, but then they also had a handful of other eyeshadow palettes. This one's a little bit too light as a transition shade and this one's a little bit too dark, so I'm just going to kind of mix the two to start off with. Pop that into the crease. I don't know if this is a new brand to Boots as well, but they're just now launching in Target. Okay, now I'm just building it up with the darker shade right here. I think this palette was like £5 or something like that. Super affordable. They had some good sales. One thing I'll say is when I was editing back the footage, I didn't realize the things that were on sale because the way that they display the sale pricing is like my eye just completely passed it. In the US, we'll have like the big yellow tags or like red tags or something on the actual outside, and theirs was just super easy to miss. So I feel like when I was editing back, I didn't realize how many things were actually on sale or that were like buy one, get one free or buy one, get one half off that I just like totally missed because I didn't even see that they were on sale. On my finger, I'm going to take the shade Winner, which looks like a pretty bronzy color. Ooh. That is a pretty bronzy color. Ooh, I like that. It has a lot of glitter in it, but it's not like chunky feeling at all. It feels really nice and soft. I'm gonna go with some of the Thrill shade, which is like a little bit more of a warm copper, and press that on the outer half and blend it in towards that gold. Those metallic shades are really pretty. I'm gonna take this matte brown shade, Unique it's called. Do you guys ever go to summer camp or anything where you had to say Unique New York like 50 times, or was that just a weird childhood thing that I did? I don't even remember what camp that was. Whatever's left over, I'm just gonna blend inward a little bit. I'm gonna kind of smoke this out with this shade. This looks like a blackish, maybe like super dark brown. We'll find out. Actually, I'm gonna switch brushes. Okay. Don't love that shade. It's a little bit patchy and it's kind of like slipping around a little bit. Yeah, that shade is super patchy. That one could definitely use some improvement. Now on a brush, I'm going to go back in with the coppery metallic shade. I'm going to wet this. There we go. Just totally missed the brush. I'm going to pop a black liner on my waterline, and then we're going to go back with some of the shadows to smoke out the lower lash line. I'm going to try and avoid using this black shade if I can, so I'm going to go in with this dark brown one, even though it's metallic. We'll just see how it goes. I'm going to try and use this kind of as like a liner. I'm going to press it right underneath that black. I feel like that's not really showing up at all. Okay, maybe I just need to go into black. I'm going into black. Going in with the Unique shade again. Yeah, the mattes in here are okay. So it's kind of like, is it worth it to just buy for the two metallic shades? I feel like there's, you know, kind of similar drugstore metallic shades out there, so probably not. I'm actually glad I powdered all over with the Makeup Forever because I'm more matte right now, and we have this illuminating setting spray to try out, also by the Obsession brand. It's the Illuminating Fixing Spray. It says Shake to Wake. This looks real metallic. Whoa. So they had a ton of different setting sprays. I think they had like 8 or 10 different ones. Looks like it's going to be a splotchy sprayer. Can't wait. So I'm going to do this super far away. The nozzle on here is pretty horrible. It's one of those ones that goes everywhere except like the center of your face. Right now I'm looking like I applied highlighter all around my pore area. What's happening? Oh my god. There is legit glitter and it looks like a straight up highlight. So maybe this would be good for underneath makeup so that it comes through under the foundation, but you don't look like you doused your entire face in highlighter. Loving this. I'm going to go in with some of the Too Faced liner. Just lining really close. I'm not going to do a wing or anything. I'm just bringing that super close to my lash line. I'm going to pop on these lashes. These are the Rude Cosmetics Audacious, and then I'll be right back for the last product. I'm also going to give you guys some thoughts on some of the like hair products and self-tanners and stuff that I've been trying. Okay, so eyes are done. This might be the worst setting spray I've ever used in my entire life. It's pretty bad. Like, I wouldn't even use this underneath makeup just because of the amount of glitter in here. So maybe as like a body highlight, we could actually try that. So I'm gonna put that on my chest, I guess. For Halloween or as a body highlight, that's the only way I could see this working. I mean, yeah, I would pass. So because we are looking pretty ratchet right now, I'm gonna go back on with the powder to try and help out this situation, especially around my pores. All right, there we go. So for lips, I picked up this Sleek Makeup Matte Me liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Feels. Looks like it's going to be a pretty peachy shade. The wand on here is pretty stiff. Feels like super cheap stiff. I like that shade. I think I need to add a little bit of something deeper on the outside, like a liner. I'm just going to take my Rimmel 32 Innocent, just to give a little more definition. There we go. I actually really like those two layered for like a peachy nude. And that matte lip is drying down. It's actually looking better as it's starting to dry. All right, so that's it for the makeup look, but now I'm going to do a mini haulage of the rest of the stuff I picked up. Mostly just like hair stuff and self-tanners. I have tried a lot of these things. I think I've tried all of them actually, maybe except one. So I'm going to give you kind of like my initial thoughts on them too. So first thing is the Batiste Dry Shampoo and Defrizz spray. So I really like this. I don't know if I find it to be super defrizzing. I do get little like frizzies and flyaways up here. It smells amazing. It says it has soothing coconut, smoothing coconut. I don't really smell the coconut at all, but it does smell like a really nice, fresh, almost like perfume. It smells super good. So I would like use it just for the scent almost, but I do feel like it helps to control the oil a little bit. It is invisible. There's no like white powder or anything. And if it is helping defrizz a little bit, then that's great. So I don't know if I would repurchase this one, but I do like this one enough to use it. Hold on, we're going to zoom out. These actually weren't from Boots. I got these at the DCM store in Shoreditch. If you go to London, go to Shoreditch. It's such a cool area, and they have these shops and shipping containers, and they had a DCM store, like a mini little DCM store there. So I got 2 of my Holy Grail Ordinary Rosehip oils. They were a little bit cheaper there, but also they're just like never in stock in the US, so I picked up 2. Okay, back on Boots. I picked up Face Halo. So this is Chloe Morello's brand, and this is a little makeup remover little thing. So I was super excited to see it in stores. I'm excited to try this out. I obviously haven't tried this yet. I'm just going to keep this, I guess, like in my shower. I feel like that's where I would use it most. I'm not a big like sink face washer. Okay, so this self tanner I tried one time and I'm thoroughly not impressed. This is the Bondi Sands Self Tanning Foam 1 Hour Express. So I was super confused by this because I actually left it on for like an hour and a half, and I was thinking, I did it the day before I left for Hawaii. I was thinking it'll give me like the Saint Tropez 1 Hour Express kind of look, which I love that self tanner. It's one of my favorites in the blue bottle. I'll link that one down below too. It says 1 Hour Express on here, so I left it on for a little bit longer even than it said. When I washed this off, there was almost nothing, and then the next morning I was expecting like a little bit more because I was thinking maybe it would develop overnight. It is a very, very light, like almost like a gradual, it looks like Jergens. Like it looks like Jergens Natural Glow. That's how light this is. So this did virtually nothing for the amount of work it takes to put this all over your body with like a self-tanning mitt and everything. I would just not use this again. It's not worth it. If I want a gradual tan, I'll go in with it's called the Gradual tanning like water thing. I'll link that one down below too. That's my favorite. It shows up right away. It's not sticky at all. And it actually gives you more color even than this one did. So this is just a major flop for me. I wouldn't use this one again at all. I picked up another self tanner by Bondi Sands. I picked up a lot of self tanners, you guys. We have a few more coming here. But this is the Liquid Gold Dry Oil. I wasn't sure if the one that everyone was obsessed with was the dry oil or the other Liquid Gold. I might have picked up the wrong one. Let me know down below. I haven't tried this one yet, but I was reading the directions and it's kind of confusing. It just says no need to shower. So I don't know if that means you have to leave it on overnight or if this is just like an instant color kind of dry oil or if it actually is going to develop. Not really sure. So I'm going to try leaving this on overnight and see how it goes, I guess. Okay, last self tanner here. This is the Garnier Natural Bronzer Self Tan Dry Oil. So another dry oil. So this one I've used one time so far, and I actually have it on my legs right now. I have mixed feelings. So when you put it on, it doesn't absorb into your skin. I wouldn't say it's a dry oil. It just almost feels like a really lightweight oil. So when I had this on, I didn't feel like I could sit down. So I just like stood up and I was editing for like an hour and a half. It says results in 1 hour. I could actually see as it was on my body, I could see the color developing. It was getting darker pretty quickly. And so when I showered, all of that kind of washed off, and it wasn't really until the next day or even like day and a half where I feel like the color actually started to develop. So now I'm on like day 3 with this one, I think. And I feel like it looks really good. Like it looks super natural. It's not dark at all. It's definitely like a natural glow kind of product. Like I get a similar color that I do with the Gradual tanner. So it's not going to be like super intense or anything, which could be good if you have fair skin. I was kind of worried when I was putting it on because you can't see it when you're applying it. That's the other thing. It's like you shake it and it looks like it's going to have color, but when you actually put it on, I still applied it with a mitt, but I couldn't see it at all. I was just thinking in my mind I was going to be like Streak City. It wasn't streaky. So if you don't mind like the feel of oil and you just want something that you can wash off in an hour, then you might like this one, but I'm going to keep playing around with it, see if I can get it any darker and see how it looks like on the rest of my body. I picked up the Batiste XXL plumping powder. Out of all the plumping powders I've tried, this is on the less sticky end, so that's good. Usually plumping powders can be pretty like tacky and sticky feeling because that's what gives you that like grit that's going to keep your hair up. This one isn't bad. Like I have it actually in my hair now. I put it in a few days ago. It doesn't make your hair feel dirty to the point where I feel like I have to wash my hair right away the next day. I don't think it gives like crazy volume or anything. I feel like my IGK, the dry shampoo in the pink bottle, that one gives me the most volume out of anything I've tried. So I'm not like totally in love. I don't think it's life changer or anything, but I would still use it if I just want a little bit of something extra in there. And then last product I picked up is the Collab Dry Shampoo Mermaid Fragrance. It says amazing oil absorption without white residue. This one doesn't have a white residue. I wouldn't say it's super oil absorbing though. It smells really good. It smells like a perfume I have, but I like it. Probably wouldn't repurchase it, but it smells really good. All right, folks, so that is everything. This video is probably hella long. If you're sticking around to this point, you're the best. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna have all the products listed down below in the description box, along with the Boots shop with me video if you want to see actually like going through the store and picking this stuff out. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye. And it doesn't make your hair feel, and doesn't make your hair, and it doesn't make your, it doesn't make your hair feel, oh my god. Okay.